Hello, my name is WFreeman, and the title of my project is False Aspirations, the False Narrative of Female Bloggers, Post-Feminism and Capitalism. Social theorists have concluded that women who blog for an income believe that they are participating in a post-feminist culture with cultural and economic power, and they aspire to gain economic and cultural power with their blogs. But these women are falling into a false narrative of aspirational labor that they are doing for free now with the hopes that it will be culturally and economically beneficial to them later on. This is connected to Fuchs' study, Fuchs' Social Media Critical Introduction in Chapter 4 with Pierre Bourdieu's theory that modern society is based on the accumulation of economic, political, and cultural capital. End quote. For female bloggers, this power is perceived and not real economic power or cultural power because that power lies with the corporations creating the products and the platforms that the bloggers are using to create their blogs. So, who are these women of the female blogosphere? According to a 2014 Bentley University newsroom article, quote, a study of young people's career aspirations revealed that roughly 2/3 of those aged 18 to 34 desire to start their own business, and 37% want to work independently, end quote. Women want workplace flexibility, they want to be their own boss, they want economic freedom, and becoming a brand ambassador are ways and reasons why women aspire to make it as bloggers. These women are creative laborers and they're trying to advertise themselves to be real individuals. But as Goldman, Heath, and Smith wrote back in 1991 in Critical Studies in Media and Communication, quote, it's difficult to maintain authenticity when there are increasing demands of capitalism, end quote. Female bloggers believe that in this post-feminism society, they can gain economic power within the blogosphere. Bourdieu's theory is that modern society is based on getting and gaining economic and cultural power. And today, female bloggers aspire to influence culture as well as earn an income, sometimes a full-time income, by using their labor creatively through their authentic blogs and social media accounts. But women end up disempowering themselves and feminism because they fall into stereotypes that are male-dominated by male-dominated companies to market products and practices that are stereotypically feminine. According to Brooke Aaron Duffy, author of Not Getting Paid to Do What You Love, in 2017, the economic power female bloggers also wish to gain is asymmetric to the economic power the social media platforms and commodity companies have and continue to profit from the aspirational and sometimes completely free labor of bloggers. To promote the self and the products and earn income, women have to fit into the prescriptions of beauty and femininity, which is usually for the top earners in the blogosphere to be white, upper to middle class women, sometimes upper to middle class Asian women. Kylie Jarrett writes in a 2014 television and new media issue, instead of empowering themselves economically, they become, quote, a digital housewife that expresses themselves and their opinions and generate social solidarity with others in commercial digital media, while at the same time adding economic value to those sites, end quote. These companies hold more economic power over bloggers, and they turn their post-feminism ideals into a commodity for the company. This does not break down gender inequalities in society. It allows capitalism to flourish under the guise of a woman's choice. Female bloggers think that they have the power over the content, but it's the company with the power because they dictate the economic terms of pay and exposure. I found an example from the company TJ Maxx, who ran a campaign for bloggers that offered them the opportunity to get noticed and align themselves with high-powered brands and earn gift cards to the store. And this was a relatively inexpensive ad campaign for TJ Maxx. And it exposed TJ Maxx with their tags and their likes and created a digital catalog for TJ Maxx for the company to utilize for free off of this ad campaign that they created for the bloggers. So the bloggers created all of this content for free with the hopes of earning an income, but it was really TJ Maxx that was able to benefit the most economically. The ties to the economic power and the psychological power are closely related. There are many pressures on female bloggers to maintain their sites for visibility, and the psychological strain that is on women is draining, and it is also related to gender inequalities. Wu Song writes in a 2016 issue of Context that as a mom's blog gains recognition, it can make a woman feel empowered. And she interviewed a mom named Kim who confessed that she had early excitement for the prospect of gaining cultural and economic power, but, quote, it led her to compromise her integrity and her own original goals, end quote. Creative labor scholars David Headsmandala and Sarah Baker found that in their 2011 book that the, quote, instability of freelance work can have a psychological effect on women who felt low self-worth, end quote. Numbers of followers and likes can lead to more economic power, but it is mentally draining for the laborers. Companies look at bloggers' data before they are asking them to create for them. Duffy also stated in her 2017 book that there is an interconnectedness of the data between the data and the cultural and economic life as one's value gets translated into numbers of likes and shares and followers. This is also supported by Mary Gray's 2019 definition of ghost work. And laborers are constantly having to think about their next post. They have to hold down multiple projects at once just to earn enough money to pay bills if they're trying to blog full time. What I found was that most bloggers said roughly 70% of the time is that they spend on their blog is the invisible work, and we only see a very small percentage of what they're actually doing through the photo editing, the sharing of content. Most of it is behind the scenes work, and it can lead to feelings of being burnt out, being overwhelmed, shutting down the blog entirely. Post-feminism has also perpetuated the female empowerment perspective by looking at some reasons why women, mainly mothers, want to become successful bloggers because they believe this schedule will be more flexible and ideal for family life. But it just instills more of those gender roles within the family structure. Long and Wilhoit in 2018 in the Journal of Applied Communication and Research found that women face a lot of tension in their self-employed lifestyle and blogging careers that were not resolved by having this flexible career versus their previous traditional office careers was not resolved. They still spent quite a bit of time doing the home domestic work, also trying to fulfill their blogging goals and responsibilities. So concluding this study, it still seems that social media platforms and brands that are advertised on these platforms through female bloggers have the economic and cultural power over these women. And the work is aspirational because women hope one day to be financially independent through this work, but the economic and cultural power is still going to be asymmetrical as long as women are working in a capitalist economy. As Fuchs stated in his text, in chapter 4, quote, social media can misrepresent reality, end quote. Only when power that is distributed symmetrically will female bloggers find that their labor and creative efforts will pay off economically and psychologically. Breaking down the capitalist structure could also free women from promoting products and lifestyles that primarily promote their femininity and domestication. Thank you.